Okay, who is here this afternoon? Good afternoon, good afternoon. If you are here today, just let me know. Good afternoon, everybody. It's good to be here today. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you're watching from. It's good to have you guys here. Alright, today I'll be starting a series, right? A very important series called Tag Reprogramming for Success. So if you can hear me, please just put it in the chat box. Let me know that you can hear me if you can hear me. Put in the chat box, let me know you can hear me. If I'm loud and clear. And if you're joining this session, right, feel free, let me know you're here. Let me know you're here. It's good to be here. Right, I'm starting this very important series called Reprogramming for Success. I'm going to be doing it Tuesdays and Thursdays, right, probably for the whole of May. It's going to be life transforming, so you want to share this session, you want to share this Facebook Live too, so more people can get to engage and see it, right, and watch the video. I know for quite a number of people, some might watch this video after the live session is over, right? So I'm going to kickstart because this session shouldn't be more than 30 minutes. I plan that this would only take 30 minutes. So if you're watching live, just drop a chat in the comments. Let me know where you're watching from. James Dari, I see you. You're welcome. You're welcome. If you're watching live, drop a comment. Let me know where you're connecting from. My name is Andrew Ogbe. Like you already know, I'm connecting from the city of Abuja, right? And in this session, right, I'm commencing a series known as Reprogramming for Success, right? And it's a very important series, right? Quite a number of people are not happy with the results they are getting in their life, and I know, I strongly believe that we all can alter our results. You can change the results that you're getting right now if you don't like it. Wherever you are right now in life, you can change the results. So if you're joining this session, please put it up in the chat box. Let me know where you're connecting from. Like I said, I'm connecting from the city of Abuja. Let me know where you are connecting from. I'm going to start right away, knowing that some other persons would join this session. We'll watch this live session after we are done with the broadcast. So quite a number of people are not happy with their results, right? But they don't know what to do, or they cannot explain why they are getting the results they are getting in their life. If you are in that category, probably you've tried everything you could. You've tried every course. You've possibly tried several businesses and several online courses, and you are still not getting the results that you seek in your life. Your results, it's not a measure of the knowledge you think you have, right? That simply means we need to review some certain fundamental, right, where it starts from, where it all starts from. And the results we get in life all starts from, right, something deep down called our subconscious program. Quite a number of people are unaware of the programs that run their lives. Right, there are quite a number of people are unaware that the results they are getting is as a result of a program that runs their life. So today, in this series, I want to see how, right, I can begin to unfold certain things I've been learning in the past few years right now, right, that has helped me, right, and is helping a lot of people. I want to begin to share that with you. So I'll jump straight into it, some of the mindset that successful people have. See, I've come to realize that there is a certain way rich and successful people think that is quite distinct from the way poor and unsuccessful people think, right? Most likely all poor people and unsuccessful people think in a similar way, and rich and successful people think in a similar way, right? And this goes a long way to affect the results that people get. That is why you may see someone who is learned, maybe might have a master's, or even a PhD, right, in finance, banking and finance, in economics, but right are doing poorly in their finances. They are doing poorly in their finances, right? It is not a function of academic qualification, right? If you are not happy presently with the results you are getting, especially in your financial life, in your income, right? You need to take a listen to what I'll be sharing. You need to begin to practice. You need to take these things very, very seriously. Now, most poor people, number one mindset of most poor people is that most poor people or unsuccessful people are pessimists, right? There's something known as the pessimistic mindset. The pessimistic mindset. Most poor people are pessimists, right? And most rich and successful people are optimists, right? Now, it is not totally your fault that you are a pessimist. A pessimist is just someone who sees more of an obstacle, or see more of obstacles than they see of opportunities. Most of us see obstacles in life, right? Even though at the logical level or at the conscious level of our minds, you would argue this and say, no, I'm a person who sees opportunities, I'm a person who likes to take advantage of opportunities. But at the subconscious level, right, most people are pessimists. And how did we get here? How did we get here? You know, growing up, most of us, we had more no's than yes, right? We had more no's. We had more it cannot be done than it can be done, right? You know, children grow up having very lofty dreams, right? So much that they want to do. In fact, for a child, anything is possible. When we were children, we believed anything was possible. But there came dream killers. They were not bad people, right? But that was the best they knew. Our parents, our environment, our friends, our uncles, even our teachers, right? They came with all sort of things, and it was disguised in a particular statement, let's face reality, okay? So for facing reality for most people have led most people into being broke and unhappy. Right? Reality is not what you see with your optical eyes. Reality is what you can see with your mind. Reality is what you create on the inside. One time Jesus Christ said to the people, he said, it is not what goes into a man that defiles him, but what comes out of him. It means a man can create his reality, or the reality of a person is created from within. From within. So those dreams we had while growing up, we kept hearing quite a number of no's. That is why the average person expects no to hear a no than to hear a yes. Let me tell you, see, for the average person, right, even a very small request, a very insignificant request, like maybe get me a glass of water, right, most people would respond with a no unconsciously or subconsciously. They will respond with a no at first, until they begin to process it with their logical mind and see that there's nothing wrong with getting a glass of water for this person. Right? For me, I don't know about you, while growing up, money was one of the major cause of disagreement. Money was one of the major cause of disagreement. I kept hearing we didn't have enough, right? I kept hearing it wasn't enough, and we are not making enough money, we can't afford this, we can't get that, right? Why do you think that now that you're all grown, you should just naturally prosper? No. See, I discovered that the saying, like father, like son, is not just a myth. Most people end up being like their parents. Most people end up being like their parents. And when I say being like their parents, I don't mean, right, just outrightly, right, becoming exactly, but they would end up making decisions that will lead them to the position where they met their parents. So that is because subconscious programs were sold to them. Unconsciously, they were receiving these programs. Because we started thinking long before we started talking. As children, we started thinking long before we started talking. So the early stages of our lives, we kept receiving information, right? And we believed that these things were true. For many, the reason why you will see a great opportunity and you feel it is not meant for you, or it's not meant for you, or you cannot succeed, you cannot do what, it's not because your logical mind don't want you to succeed. No. Even though deep down you want to succeed, but there is something in you that tells you you can't do it. It is not your fault. It is because of programs that have been sold to you. Right? You've gotten programs. So for the average person is a pessimist. The average person is a pessimist. They don't believe in the best. Right? They always carry negative energy. Most poor and unsuccessful people carry negative energy. They expect the worst. Right? If they see an opportunity, or they get they want to go for something, there's something in them that tells them they cannot do it. They cannot do it. Right? It's a subconscious program. And you see, right, if you want to change your external results, right, you don't change it by focusing on the results. If you don't like, if you right now, if you look at your bank account and you don't like what you are seeing, if you want to change what you are seeing there, you don't change it by focusing on the result. That's where most people get it wrong. You focus so much on the result, and by a law of nature, known as the law of attraction, that whatever you focus on will expand. As you keep focusing on the fact that you don't have, you keep attracting more of it. You keep attracting more of it. So that is why you see that the most successful people are not necessarily people who work as very smart or very hard. They are not the hardest workers, if there's anything like that. Right? It is because they have mastered the mind game for creating results. See, I learned this one from one of my mentors, and it changed my life. This is it, right? You can create your experience. You can. You are the creator of your own experience. See, I learned this in 2020. It changed my life, right? That this is it. God doesn't determine destiny. Decision does. This is heavy for some religious people. God doesn't determine destiny. It's decisions that determines destiny. Most people are afraid to take ownership of their results. Most people are afraid to take ownership of their results. They don't believe that they have the capacity to create the life that they want. So they outsource it. They blame every other thing on every other person apart from themselves. They blame their parents, they blame the government, they blame every other thing. Right? Why are things not working? Right? It's possibly because of the government. So, but your result in life is not dependent on what is working in the government or not. See, you need to begin to when you see an opportunity, or when you want to start out anything, right? You need to begin to sell to yourself that you are enough. Sell to yourself that you are enough, right? You need to begin to believe that you have the capacity to create the result that you want. You need to begin to carry positive energy. Most people carry negative energy. The first thing they see is how it cannot work. Most people know more of people who have failed in a particular thing than they know more of people who have succeeded. And I ask, what do you want out of life? Do you want to succeed, or do you want to fail? So they see something that could change their life, or they are getting involved. They want to study a course that could change their life, or they want to start a business that could change their life, right? But they know people who have failed in that area. They know more of people who have failed. It is amazing. One of the very mysterious things I found in life is this. It's amazing that successful people document their process in books, and poor people will not read them. Successful people document their process. See, anything you want to learn can be learned. Most things you want to learn right now can be learned on Google, on YouTube, right? Or there's a book you can get. But it's amazing that poor and unsuccessful people will not read it, right? For example, many of you know that investing is good. Investing is good, but you just cannot seem to find yourself doing it. You just can't, because I discovered from all my mentors, one thing I discovered, there's no single rich or successful person who has one stream of income. That's one thing I first discovered. That for me to change my results, I needed to have multiple streams of income, right? Because no amount is too big. No amount is too big. See, no amount is too big. In fact, there is nothing that is big. It's just the way you see it. It was Shakespeare who said that nothing is either good or bad. It is thinking that makes it so. So it's your thinking that makes you think $1 million is such a big money, or $100,000 a month is a big money, right? If you've always been in a circle where nobody's earning that much, you think it is a big money. There is no such thing as big money. Right? You need to believe that you have the capacity to create the kind of result that you want. If you don't have the result, why am I focusing on finances? It is one of the major one of the major problem most people have right now as I'm talking to you. It is one of the major problems most people have. For most people, once their finances is put together, once they can get a hold of their finances, their life will take a new turn. Their life will take a new turn. So for most of you, you know that investing is good, you know that this is good, but you just can't seem to find yourself doing it. 5, 10 years is going, you just can't seem to find yourself doing it. Why? The reason is because of subconscious programs. Even though your logical mind knows that you should be doing this thing, but you just can't seem to find yourself doing it. The major reason is because deep down in your heart, there is a program that runs you that you are unaware of. There is a program that runs you that you are unaware of. So most poor and unsuccessful people are pessimists. They believe in the worst. They don't believe that things are possible. See, if you are negative, you can't survive around me. You cannot. You cannot. You cannot. See, one of the reasons why I follow, among the many reasons why I follow Jesus, right? One of the major reasons is that I've read about him. What a life. There was never a day I found him negative. Never a day. In fact, at one point, they met him and said, a guy was dead. Your friend is dead. And he said, no, he's not dead. He's sleeping. See, the best, our best, like there's an African proverb that says, if there is no enemy without, right, if there is no enemy within, the enemy without can do us no harm. So for many of us, the enemy, our enemy is within us. What is holding you, what is holding your finances is within you. It is because of how you think. You think that you will fail much more than you will succeed. And by the law of attraction, you will have what you think about. For as a man thinks in his heart, so is he. And as he continues to think, so he remains. So, but how did you get here? It's not completely or totally your fault. How did most of us get here? How did you get to the point where you became this pessimistic, even though you don't know it? It is because of subconscious programs sold to us. Like I said, while growing up, most of us had more no's than we had yes, right? For somebody like me, growing up, money was a major cause of conflict. So it wasn't possible that I was going to attach a positive energy with money. It wasn't possible that I could see myself earning $100,000 every month or $1 million, right? It wasn't possible, right? Because I've been tilted towards a particular direction. So I attach negative energy with money. For many of us, our logical mind wants to make money, right? But our subconscious mind has told us that making money is bad. So we attach a negative energy with it. So how do you begin to change this program? That is what I want to be looking at. That's what I'm going to be looking at. How do you begin to change this program that affects you? See, I didn't realize how powerful this is until one point in my life, right? The business that we do, right? I had someone who wanted to do business with me, and the person mentioned a certain amount. I don't even want to mention it here on live because it's quite embarrassing. It's quite embarrassing, right? It's quite embarrassing, right? It's above 100,000, right? Above 200,000 also, but it's quite embarrassing that when the person mentioned that amount, I felt I was not qualified. I was not enough to handle that kind. Something in me just felt like something was going to go wrong. I have been doing transactions, right? But because I have not done transactions of that magnitude, I felt something was going to go wrong. To many of us, that is how we have a lead over our finances. You have a lead. Subconsciously, you don't know. That is why you can't earn beyond a particular amount. Subconsciously, you don't know. See, that day when that money came, I called everybody I knew as mentor to tell them that how do I go about this? Not until I began to work on my mind and what I'm going to be sharing with you. I began to work on my mind, and I discovered that there is no amount that is too big. $1 million is not a big amount. You need to believe that you can live your fullest potential. See, you can have a master's degree and still do not believe this. You can have a PhD, you can be a pastor and still not believe this. You still not believe that you have the capacity to handle abundance. Because subconsciously you have believed that you are meant for the minimum. You hear some people when they see a project, maybe a business, they ask questions like, what is the least I can do? See, most people think they are trying to be realistic. See, it is your subconscious program that is just speaking through you, because out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth will speak. There is something in you that is speaking that tells you you are meant for the least. That you are meant for the least. See, rich and successful people always aim for this. They always go for the top, the best. They go for the best. That is why they always separate themselves. There is always a separation. There is always VIP. There is always first class. In everything, there is premium. Because they have a class they want to attain. Why the rest is for the people. So stop thinking that thinking average or thinking low of yourself is facing reality. Who told you that that is reality? Who told you? See, let me tell you this. You need to write this one down. Thoughts attract that which it is directed upon. Thoughts attract that which is directed upon. So if you don't want to be poor, stop thinking about your problems. Stop thinking about your problems. I learned this. Poor people think about problems, rich people think about solutions. Write that one down if you're writing. Poor people think about problems, rich people think about solutions. They think about how things can work. For many of us, whenever you are faced with an opportunity that could change your life, the first thing you think about is how it cannot work. And it is justified with saying, let us face reality, with the statement, let us face reality. Unknown to you that reality is not what is happening on the external. Reality is what you create on the inside. And I'll say it again, you can't create your experience. If you look at your bank account right now and you're not happy with your result, you can create it. In fact, to take it a little bit further, you created what you have right now. You created it. You are the creator of your own experience. Success is created more by mental attitude than by mental capacity. That is why people, you see somebody with all scholastical achievements, but they still have a lead over their finances. Because it is not as a result of mental capacity, guys. That is why you have a lot of people you graduated who were very smart in school, but today are very broke and frustrated. They are living broke and frustrated lives. Personally, I decided that my life wasn't going to end up that way. Right? Now, this is what you need to do. For many of you, this is what you need to begin to do. When you look at your results and you don't seem to be happy, this is what you need to ask yourself. Right? You need to decide what you want. I learned this from one of my mentors. Right? Decide what you want. What do you want out of life? Many of us don't know what we want. Many of us. We know more of what we don't want. We don't know what we want. For example, you know you don't want to be poor, but you don't know if you really want to be rich. You know that you don't want to be sick, but you don't know if you really want to be healthy. It is because of programming, guys. Programming. We've had more of failures growing up. We've seen many of you probably you live in an environment where you come out, you see keke napep, you see things just not working. You see children running around. You just see things not working naturally. And do you know that your eye is a doorway to your mind? The eyes is a doorway to the mind. So now at the logical mind, the logical level, these things are not stored because the logical mind can choose. But you see at the subconscious level, the subconscious mind doesn't choose. It doesn't know good or bad. The informations are just stored there. They are waiting for the day you want to make a decision. So the day you want to make a decision, you want to bring out from within, you bring out what you have always stored, what has been stored in you, the negativity that has been stored in. That is why for the average person expects to fail much more than they expect to succeed. I'm telling you the truth. How do I know this, right? They think more of failure than they think of success. They think more of how they will lose than how they will win. And I said, if you want to change your results, stop focusing on your results. What you focus on expands. It is a law, guys. It is not my law, it's a law. What you focus on. If you focus on your problem, right? When I learned this, I stopped watching the news. There are certain things you send me, I don't watch it. All those broadcast messages on WhatsApp. No, because I have an understanding that what you focus on expand. If you keep focusing on your problem, you will have more of it. To many of you, if you have an opportunity, the first thing you think of is how you will fail. Stop thinking that way, guys. Stop thinking that way. Because where attention goes, energy flows and results shows. Write that one down. Where attention goes, energy flows and results show. Result must show where your attention is going. You see, let me tell you the truth. Don't be boastful. Just accept this as the truth. If you look at your result and you don't like what you see, right? Seek a mentor. Seek a mentor in that area. Seek a mentor. Don't be proud. Now, because for many of us, our children, if our children come home with their report sheet, right, and probably maybe they fail in math, right, what we do immediately, we seek help for them in math. We get a maths teacher for them. We get a mentor, somebody that can teach them what they need to do. We get somebody. But we don't believe in life. Do you know in life, your report card is your bank statement. Your report card for your finances, your report card is your bank statement. The same thing you do for your child, that is what you should do for yourself. That is what you should do for yourself. I learned this one from my mentor. He said, I'll never forget. He said, never take a financial advice from a broke person. Wow, that scattered my mind. He said, never take a financial advice. When I heard that, I cut off every broke person that was advising me. I cut them off. Never take a financial advice. I cut them off doesn't mean I stop talking to them. No, it means with regards to finances, I don't consult them. In fact, my mentor took it a step further. He said, if you are broke, stop listening to yourself. If you are broke, stop listening to yourself because you brought yourself this far. So here's a question you want to ask yourself. What do you want? What do you want out of life? Right? How much do you want to earn this year? Many people don't know how much they want to earn this year. They just know that they want to be rich. No, the universe doesn't respond that way. What do you want to earn? I'm teaching you how you can begin to alter your programming so that you can alter your results. Okay? Now, what do you want in life? Write it down. How much do you want to earn? Write it down. Write it down. Right? I can see you, Taiwo, Jimmy Rona, Rebecca, Zachary, every one of you who have joined live. Share this video so more people can see it. Right? What do you want out of life? How much is money to you this year? Do you have a financial goal? Now, many of us didn't learn this growing up. You didn't learn it. You didn't learn how to set goals, right? You just learned, let's be living life. Right? So decide what you want and write it down. Take a piece of paper. For example, for me, if I take my wallet's not here now. I have a card inside written. I learned it from one of my mentors known as Bob Proctor, right? And I wrote, I am so happy and grateful now that I am earning XYZ amount, right? What we don't know is the day. See, nobody knows the gestation period of an idea. See, man has been able to discover the gestation period of several living creatures, animals, goats. We know the gestation period. But one thing science have not been able to discover is the gestation period of an idea. If you hold something long enough in your heart, it can come through. Right? We don't know, I may not be able to tell you exactly how it will happen or no, when it will happen, but I can tell you that if you can hold an idea long enough, if you hold an amount long enough in your heart, it will come true. It will come true. It will come true. So write down the amount you want to earn. Right? Write it as though it's already done. Write it in the present tense. I am so happy and grateful now that XY money comes to me. Right? I am earning XYZ amount. Now, before you write it down, one of the things you want to ask yourself is, what is your present annual income? What is your present annual income for many of you? You don't know. Many, the average person don't know. The average poor person just want to change, just want to be rich, but they don't know what being rich means. They don't know. They have no idea. They have no clue. What is your present annual income? And what do you want to earn? Right? Be sincere with yourself. Do you make 100,000? See, I became serious with my life when I discovered. I'll round up this session. I became serious in my life when I discovered that my annual income, right, where I was working, was not up to $2,000. I say, my goodness, my annual income was not up to $2,000. I say, no, that's not the life that I was created for. That's not the life. I was created for more. So what do you want to earn? What are the different ways you can live your life? There is no one way you need to live your life. Most people have been stuck because they keep insisting that they must live their life this way. You see, every other creature that God created, they are just animals. They live by instinct. Excuse me. They live by instinct. But one thing God gave us, one superpower God gave us is intuition. Right? You can change. If you don't like your present situation, you can change. If you don't like your present location, you can change it. You are not a tree for heaven's sake. You shouldn't be in a place for donkey years and be getting the same result and stick to it. Why stick to what is not working, guys? It is subconscious program, and I'm going to teach you how to change it. I'm going to teach you how to change it. You see, the very simple way to change subconscious programming is how, let us go back quickly to how it was created. How was your subconscious program created? It was created by repetition. You kept hearing you are not enough, right? We don't make enough money. For somebody like me, my own experience, money was the major cause of disagreement growing up. So I attached a negative, naturally I have attached a negative energy to money, to making money, right? I've always felt that money would cause problems. So obviously, right, you would try to, because you would try to avoid problem, and in avoiding problem, you avoid money. And this is it. Poor people are always avoiding problems, but they don't know that in their quest to avoid problems, they end up creating the biggest problem that they have, which is the lack of money. I'll say that again. Poor people are always trying to avoid problems, but in their quest to avoid problems, right, they end up creating the biggest problem that they have, which is the lack of money. Rich people are always solving problems. Write that one down. Rich and successful people are always solving problems. So how do you change your subconscious programming? You need to go back and do it by repetition also. Practice what? Daily affirmation. Practice saying positive things to yourself. Quit talking down on yourself. Quit talking down that you are not enough. Practice positive daily affirmation. For me, I have a community, right, where every morning, right, we come together on Zoom, right, and we affirm what we want, not what we don't want. We speak what we want. So practice daily affirmations. Tell yourself that you are enough. Tell yourself, now that thing you have written down, for many of you who are following this and are going to take my instructions, right, take this instruction seriously. I said decide the amount you want, get a card, right, write it somewhere. All around me, I have my goals. Write it somewhere. What do you want? Right? I am earning XYZ amount. Right? Write it down. Put a date to it. Put it somewhere you can always see and say it to yourself. Carry it all along. Say it to yourself every day. By repeating this, what you are doing is that you are planting new words, new programs, new files in your subconscious mind. You are planting new files, and as you keep doing it over time, you will discover that you become someone who is always thinking positive. You are always thinking about solutions and not problems. That is one way to defeat the subconscious program that keep people poor. So I'd like to stop this session today, right? Feel free, share this if you're joining in. Share this so that more people can see it, right? I'll be doing this session Tuesdays and Thursdays for the whole of May, right? You want to join in and invite as many people as you can to join this session. Thank you for everybody who joined today's session live, and for those of you who will see this after, right? It is good to have you here, right? For those of you who have been seeing what I've been doing and with my team, and you'll be like, alright, Andrew, I love what you guys are doing also in the crypto space, and you like to come on board. Something massive is happening before the end of this May, right? Towards the end of May, between 25th to 30th, right? You want to come to my DM, right? Quickly, right? So that you will have a vehicle. Because as you begin to work on your subconscious program, right? You need to begin to find opportunities that you can apply those things on. Because where attention goes, energy flows, and results will definitely show. Right? So you want to begin to apply the energy you are creating from within on something on the external that will change your result. Right? So if you are one of those kind of person, you can reach me in my DM, right? Let's create history together like we've always done. So thank you guys for joining in. Thank you, Dr. Rich. Thank you for everyone who joined in live, right? Share this video, share this video, share this video so that more people can see it. I'll see you on Thursday, same time by 12 noon. It's a bye from my end.